You are listening to CMH EPC's Cocktail Mocktail Hour podcast. We host a Cocktail Mocktail Hour once a month where we discuss various topics over cocktails. And for those who don't drink alcohol, mocktails. We are inclusive over here. Sip your favorite cocktail with us or try our featured cocktail as we dialogue. This is an environment to hear new and different perspectives. Everyone's thoughts, feelings, and opinions are valid to them, and in this space, we respect that. Welcome. With Cocktail Hour, we are also sipping cocktails. And the cocktail featured this month is my favorite, a whiskey smash. And that cocktail is made with whiskey. You muddle some mint, a little bit of lemonade, some peppermint schnapps, and top it off with ginger beer. And that's what we're sipping on today. So I'm going to introduce our guest that we have today. We have Carrie, who is a native Houstonian. She is a legal assistant in her third year of studying law at Southern University, which I found out during research is the largest historically black college or university in Louisiana. So shout out to the HBCUs.
Whoop,
Whoop, whoop.
Hello, hi.
Hello and welcome. And we have Janet Poop, JP, my friend.
That's right.
She is a corporate responsibility executive. She delivers workforce engagement strategies that support people, protect the planet, and grow community partnerships. She is also the founder and president of the nonprofit The Good Lounge, which was founded in 2001 to amplify access to financial, physical, and emotional well-being through edutainment. The Good Lounge works with organizations, experts, and leaders to broker connections and share tools that empower diverse communities with a focus on supporting women, people of color, and LGBTQ communities. We also have Steph here today, who is also a fellow podcaster. If you haven't heard her, you're going to have to check her out. She is a human, a free people contributor, internal mediator, and peace generator. She sows seeds of understanding regularly through her podcast programming, understandably so. Intention set on sowing seeds of understanding to enhance the human experience. She believes understanding is a form of breathing. So welcome, you guys.
What up?
We're here, round table, cocktails, it's happening. We have a number of topics that have been submitted, and we're going to discuss those. As I said, it's a safe space. Say how you feel. Maybe you'll get a new perspective on something. I don't know. In the meantime, I'm going to sip my cocktail. What are you sipping on? What are things that you love about your friends and 3 things you could do without? That's specific, 3 things?
Yeah, wow.
What I love about my friends, my tribe is what I call them. We're all supportive of each other. I value everybody's opinions. So I feel like I can go to them and have actual conversation, and they won't bullshit me.
Interesting. You value that.
I do.
Okay.
Because I know my friend's not coming from a place of like malice.
Yes, and
Like,
I'm
they're
being a
li-
little
and-
sarcastic
and they
based
know
on another
me.
conversation.
I'm thinking
Oh
about
gosh.
it.
And they know
You value
me.
that
She
in
told on
friendship.
herself.
Yes.
So would you
Absolutely.
give that in friendship?
Shut up.
Okay.
Got it. She answered that question.
Oh gosh.
Brought it back full circle,
She
huh?
did.
Cheers.
She did.
cheers to
I
that.
cannot. I guess I'll take a sip on that one.
She's like, let me shut up.
Yeah. Go on, get it
But,
together.
I mean, okay, I'm not even gonna go there with that conversation. But yeah, so that's what I value about my friends, and that we're all open to like new experiences, and again, we just support each other.
What could you do without?
What could I do without? Temper tantrums.
Adults?
Oh boy.
Well, I mean, when people are used to doing things a certain way, right? And then it doesn't happen that way. Sometimes it's, because people are used to doing it that way, then they're vocal about it,
Okay.
So, yeah. I guess temper tantrum is like,
That's too strong.
maybe.
Okay.
Oh.
What about your friends? What are things that you love about your friends?
I'll probably go backwards. I could do without some of my friends' love for camping and their desire to bring me with them.
Were you camping this weekend?
No, I was not.
It's an amazing
because I'm not
experience.
doing it.
Okay.
It's an amazing experience.
But they continue to ask me, and I think it's sweet. But I'm never going.
That's fine.
She said, "There's no reason to live outdoors when I have a home."
Correct. More seriously, do I have something that, I mean, every now and then I think sometimes things can turn into like, because when you end up with like a big group of people and they know somebody and they know somebody, like sometimes messages can get misconstrued, or I don't want to say like he said, she said, but like
Telephone.
yeah, a little bit of a telephone game on a certain topic. So sometimes I think that can happen. That's just natural with a big group of people. So I think I could do without some of that sometimes. But what I love about my friends, probably the ability to come together on any given thing. It doesn't matter how much time has passed. If I'm like, hey, let's all do the thing, more often than not, people will come together to do the thing, whatever the thing is. So I think you said like very supportive of each other. That's absolutely true. I definitely have college friends where we might not see each other for months, years, and when we come together, it's like we're still in school. Like the vibe is still there, the energy's still there. That's really good.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm next. Got it. So for me, I have a really small, intimate set of friends, and I love them. They're supportive. Yeah, I mean, overall, just they're very supportive in anything that I do. I would say that lately, I would, like, the top 3 things is, like, being so involved in my life.
Oh, boy.
And my relationship and things that I have going on. I think it's one thing to be supportive and to be there for someone, but to also be like overbearing. So I feel like I've run into that a little bit. But
You think that's because this is very new?
I don't think so. I think I'm just like kind of gathering that since this isn't an amicable thing, I'm just now noticing that it's just like you're too involved because it's not amicable. But probably before, even if it was, that's just way too involved for friends. Like,
Gotcha.
I think something should be kept to, you know, your person and you. And I think that your friends have a place in your life where you share things with them concerning your significant other. And, you know, you kind of have, like, for me, at least, I won't tell you exactly what move to make. I'll just share with you how I feel about what you've given me.
Right.
And I think we've crossed the threshold there that is like, hey, I'm kind of telling you how I feel and what I think you should do. And
Right.
I don't appreciate that.
Gotcha.
Because as my friend, I'm going to ride for you regardless. Right or wrong, I will tell you that you're wrong. I also will not give you too much unsolicited advice because, again, like, you're your own person. You're going to make your own decisions.
Right.
I decide if I want to rock with you based on those decisions, you know. That speaks to your character and your morals. But, yeah, I think as of late, I think we just kind of crossed the threshold. Just because, again, we've been friends for so long, like, very intimate, small group of friends, known them since, like, middle school, high school. So that's really the only thing, to be honest. And they not wanting to go nowhere and do nothing.
Oh, Lord.
I'm like, I like to experience things. I like to go to concerts. And I feel like I'd be dragging them.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. But again, it's not a huge thing. So I don't really even have 3 things. I had to kind of come up with those, but it's really just that one thing.
3 is very specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's my favorite number, but I ain't got nothing for you.
I love my friends' reliability.
Mm.
Great support system. I know that I can count on them. A thing that I don't like, this isn't necessarily to my friend group, but passive aggressiveness.
Yeah. Say what you
Say
wanna
what the
say.
fuck you mean.
Exactly.
Lean into
Can I say
conflict.
the F word on here?
That's right. Yes, you
I
can.
said it.
You're out there.
Say what you mean.
Yeah, that's real.
Oh, if you don't know what you mean, that's cool. Shut
Yeah.
up.
I'd rather you stumble through it than
We can figure it out.
Yeah.
What you trying to say?
right.
Yeah.
How long would you wait before having sex in a relationship?
Right away.
That wasn't the question, stuff.
Oh.
0
Right away.
days. Got it.
No.
30 minutes. Give Favorite
Hi,
take
hello, and how are you?
I think that I said right away because I don't think, for me, I have had a waiting period in the past. I want to feel for it, and as it feels natural and organic, like if that's the road that we decided we're going to go on, we don't need to say on the 15th day. If we decided it, let's do it.
Let's be like
That's
Joan
fair.
on Girlfriends and give you her 3-month
3-month
rule?
rule.
Is that what it was?
I'm not
Something
doing
like that.
What if
Yeah.
I like you and the sex is trash?
Ooh.
Okay, so here's my things about. First of all, I've never had. Okay, I won't say that.
Your mom might listen to this.
My mom.
Yo, my mom is deceased.
First
yo,
of all, we're all adults.
we good. We
I'm
good.
sorry.
So, sex with me is amazing.
Got it.
Is that pussy
All right,
confidence?
Rihanna.
Yeah, I think that's pussy. I think
so, too.
If we're circling back.
Yeah.
So the sex is gonna be amazing
Okay.
because I know what it's like with me, and you gonna be doing it with me. So
So wait, are you saying it will always be amazing regardless of the partner?
it has
That's
been.
what she's saying.
That's
That's
interesting.
what I heard.
That's your feedback. Or you're saying that it has been.
Based off
Both.
This is
experience,
definitely
all I
the definition of pussy confidence.
heard. For sure. It's given.
100%.
Okay, that's cool.
We
Throw
love
some
it.
facts in there, you know.
We like to see it. Hey, caller, comment.
And because sex with anyone is about exploring the body, exploring what pleases them, right? And so I love
Sure.
exploration. You can call me Dora. You know, I stay out here exploring. However,
Wow. That is the line for you should start the podcast
Oh
with you should call me Dora. That is the clip to start with.
She said she
Absolutely.
exploring.
stay
That's it.
exploring. But that's what it's about. Like anybody that you have sex with for the first time, first, second, third time, you're learning each other. You get in the groove, a vibe, you know. And so, yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I feel like if you have bad sex, you're just not a good listener. You're not good.
You doing your own thing, and there's two people here.
Right. Takes two to tango. And you trying to have a solo dance.
Right, and I just gotta stop you and be like, hold on now.
Wait a minute.
You got a coach.
Can we please get in tandem?
That's interesting. Okay.
That is interesting.
I don't think I have a timeline, but like you said, I think it's strictly off of vibes. I don't think I'm a germaphobe, but what's crazy is like, I don't like spit. I'm not about to kiss you if I don't know you. Like, my nose is real. A lot of
Yeah.
things are real, let's be clear. But
Lots of germs are real.
I don't know what it is about kissing for me. I just can't do it.
Hmm.
But I don't know. But if you guys don't know, Cocktails and Conversation, we had a conversation about one night stands, and I realized I don't think I've had one. And because they said they can't. I mean, if they contact you afterwards, it's not a one night stand.
Yeah.
And that's just not cool.
I
So
think that's true.
Yeah.
I guess I've never had one, but yeah, for me, there's no timeline. I think I just kind of strictly go off vibes. I think I can tell if like you can't really tell if someone's clean or not, but you
No,
know,
you
we take
cannot.
the
There are
risk.
have
signals. Okay, there
But, I
are
mean, there
signals.
also
What are the
some
signals?
Underlying situations, and granted, I've been lucky enough to never come across them, but no, I think for me, it's just strictly off vibes. Like it could be 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 year. So
Educate the
Maybe not a
people on
year.
these signals,
I
Steph.
mean, if you know some, please share.
when you know, you know.
Scents that are not fresh.
Oh, that. Okay, yeah, that's
But
very
you still have
obvious.
to get to a point.
I was gonna
Nah,
say, like,
Getting there.
Not really. I mean, you don't gotta take off their pants to.
I mean, this is
If
some
it's
really
some-
potent.
Well, I
Something,
mean,
yeah.
Right. Like, you
generally scents are though, right?
I
Okay,
guess.
Come on, if you can smell it, then
okay.
But it depends on what it smells like.
also that's what I'm saying. So I mean, if I'm saying if it's unpleasant, I'm talking about unpleasant because ain't no, who's saying something other than you smell amazing when it smells great,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
You gotta pay attention. You gotta be looking,
Pay attention, looking,
feeling.
So
Well, yeah,
outside
that's-
of
that's
smell, like
obvious.
how else do you
Yeah,
tell?
for sure.
Is it how they move or?
Well, I mean, those are the diseases and illnesses and infections. It's not about a way person. Maybe the way they walk, you know. But no, I don't think there is a specific thing that you can like. Oh, a person does this when they have that. It's like no,
Okay,
just paying attention.
got it.
pay attention.
Okay,
Janice said, I'm not gonna take that chance.
No. I'm very similar to Carrie in that I don't have a timeline. It is based on what that flows like.
yeah.
So, yeah. But also I'm that person where I'm like, I'm not sexually attracted to people until I get to know them. So it's
Not me.
I have to get to know you first. Again,
To be sexually attracted or to have
I
sex?
have to know you, to know if I even like you, to become attracted to you, to become sexually attracted to you.
Wow.
Well, okay, so you said initially you have to be attracted to a person before knowing that you want to get to know them any further. That is an initial attraction.
Physical.
Yeah.
But
Physical.
that doesn't mean she wants to have sex with you.
Exactly.
Right.
Just because you're cute, don't mean I'm trying to bang you.
Yeah. I hear you.
Fair.
I guess I have a lot of sexual attention then.
But you are also a Libra, so I've heard about you guys.
Oh boy.
You're not a Libra?
I'm a Leo.
Leo.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
L,
two
I guess,
Ls.
similar.
Okay.
Long
I got a little
race.
confused.
We do.
I might as well say I'm a Scorpio now, so I can
Lord
get the
have mercy.
crazy stares and faces. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a timeline anymore. I think in college I used to try to like give myself a
Because society said
timeline.
you're supposed to.
Yeah,
Mhm.
probably because society said I was supposed to. It's definitely about chemistry, vibes. I do think I'm a little bit weird in the fact that I may have like an encounter, and to your point about kissing, I can have sex with someone and not kiss them if I'm not really feeling them.
I mean, I feel
enough
like
to
kissing
kiss
is an
them.
intimate thing.
It's very
It
intimate.
is.
It ain't no more intimate than sex.
You would think that,
Actually,
but,
yeah.
like, I think I guess
Sex is far more intimate
it depends
than
on
kissing.
the type of sex that you're having, though.
Yeah.
I mean, well, no. If,
If
you
you're
put
just
your
receiving, like,
any
that's
type of
not-
sex. If it's an oral sex, that's worse
Well,
than kissing.
No, that's not what I meant.
Okay,
Yeah,
and,
that's
exactly- yeah.
that's different.
genital to
But, like-
genital.
Or
I'm
digitally.
I'm just telling you, like,
Or with
Oh,
toys.
okay, all right. You
know
talk
what I
about some
mean?
space shit. We not. You having sex in space. You in your
Imagine.
space. I'm in my
I am
space.
saying there are things that you can do where you don't put your mouth on somebody.
Yeah,
And you're
what if
not
just
exchanging
receiving it?
fluids.
Kissing
that's
is very
definitely
intimate.
different.
It is.
Kissing is
I
very-
Because
agree
if
that it is,
anything
but-
happens, like that's on your face.
yeah.
Listen.
That's a lot. And
I
then
just
spit.
think it's
a
weird
spit aspect.
So you not cool with spit, but just like the orifices that for.
I mean,
from-
bodily fluids are bodily fluids. Granted, I am a person like at that point I'm receiving. I'm not saying that I'm giving. Again, to her point, like I would have to be attracted enough to kiss you in order to be like moving
Yeah.
forward in that direction. But if it was a little head,
Okay.
you don't have
Okay.
to kiss.
All right. I know you in something new, so.
Oh no, that's straight kissing. Yeah, I like her. No doubt about that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But yeah, like you know how some people like meet people in the club and be like tonguing them down.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
could
Oh, yeah,
never.
that's gross.
Tonguing them down in the car.
I've only ever kissed one woman the night I met her. That's it.
And see that was a good feeling. Like
It
you
was.
somehow gauged that. You can't
Absolutely.
speak to it, but you
Yeah.
did it.
And I'm at a big age. That's
Right.
only happened once.
Oh, okay. That sound magical. What?
It was.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Tell me am I?
You still kissing her today?
I am.
That's what
We
I'm
love to
saying.
see it.
I heard that.
All right. Well, next topic: determining the right time to begin motherhood, and we know that Steph is not going to be part of this conversation.
Count me out.
I don't feel equipped to answer this question as I am not a mother.
Well, I think
But,
it's a good primate.
Have you ever thought about when you were younger, like maybe you
Yeah.
wanted to be a mother?
I
at
thought
some
about
point?
it. I think my main opinion on this is from talking to other parents. I have siblings that are parents. There's no right time, and people try to kind of like figure it out and make there be a right time. And when you do that, you probably end up missing the whole window because there's no right
Sure.
time. You're never gonna have the money you think you need. You're never gonna be in the time of the life you think you should be. So just, if you really want to do that, just making the decision and kind of moving forward. I do think there's a lot of more education that's happening for women around like egg freezing and fertility and some of that stuff. That's great and positive. But yeah, it feels like the best advice or the best thing I've heard on that is there's never going to be a perfect time. So if you want to do it, just do it.
Sure, but what about, okay, so I would say for homosexual relationships, you have the option of choosing when to start
Sure.
that journey
Yeah.
as opposed to others. So like I know some people that have gone through the in vitro and they've had the babies and there they are. So I feel like they were able to plan that
Yeah.
because they were ready for that.
Yeah.
As opposed to, for me, I know I was an accident. So, you know, a lot of children in the
Yeah.
hetero situation
They
are
pop up.
accidents, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so
I think it's the same though. I know people who wanted to start their family. So lesbian women who wanted to start their family once they had a partner that just decided, I really want to be a mom. I'm going to do this single. And they did it, and them, the kid, and now the wife are all fine.
Yeah.
So I think it's still the same. Like, if that's something you really want to do, you should do it, and you
Right.
shouldn't wait necessarily to have a partner to do it.
Right, that's true. That's true. Have you considered motherhood?
I think I have. I think I'm kind of in the age where like my body's like, you need to have some babies. So like, you know, I'm kind of getting the urge, but then I'll be like, that's like a lifelong thing. Like, but
Well,
at
so
the
is a dog. Well, not lifelong, but like it's like a good 14, 15 years.
Yeah, and I don't have a dog currently.
Oh.
But I mean, I like dogs. I wouldn't mind having a dog, but I also wouldn't mind like having a kid. But I have been going back and forth with like the idea that like having a kid is very selfish. I think that like bringing someone into this world and saying like, hey, like you need to, in 18 years, regardless if I prepared you or not, have to take care of yourself and like be a member of society and like be a good member of society and like represent me well, and like that's a lot to put on someone who didn't ask to be here. But at the same time, like a little bit of my selfishness is like, that's like a mini me, and like I want to contribute to society and put another human here and like say, hey,
Good human.
this is my seed and this is what I did.
They
you
look
know,
like me.
Check accomplishment. So I think I'm on the fence. I'm not opposed to having kids. I know the person that I'm with wants to have kids, so I'm not like opposed to that, but I do think about heavily like the effect that I would have on that child, because I understand like how I was raised. Like I know, like, you know, I know my mom loved me, but like when you really get into a certain age, you kind of think back on like how you were raised, and I just don't want to mess anyone up.
Just give them a sibling; they'll be all right.
Ah, that's a lot,
somebody
because
like
one
that.
and done for me. But
Oh.
and because, you know, like, and so for me, speaking from experience, like I'm a middle child. I come from 2 other siblings. Like I don't think that many people have the capacity to love that many children, and so
interesting.
in my head, like I only want one child, and my partner is like, she is an only child, so she wants that, she lacks that like sibling connection. And so, and like granted, like let me not speak to that, but she's not an only child, but she grew up as an only child,
Right.
so I don't know, you kind of have that dynamic, and then like raising kids is like a whole nother thing. Like you have 2 people that were raised so differently, and I just really personally just don't want to fuck nobody up. I would love to have a kid. I just don't want that type of pressure on myself. But I think that, you know, if I continue to work on myself and like become a healthy person, that I'll be able to, you know, provide
do
and
your
be a
best.
healthy parent for someone.
Because you also don't know like what's going to come out of your body either, right? So it doesn't matter how well you feel like you prepare them, like you never know what that person's going to grow up to be.
And that's also very discouraging.
It's scary for sure.
It's very scary.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I could decide not to, like, I don't know.
I mean, I read an article title a while ago that said that the population was decreasing because women weren't having as many kids.
I'm sure that's
And
true.
I was
yeah.
like, well, yeah, we have more education now, and people don't want to be saddled with the things, and also how they were raised and trauma from that, and like all the things. So I'm like, that makes
Well,
sense.
you also have to think about the fact that people were having children to help them on a farm.
Right.
So
That too.
you literally
And to
had
pay
more
bills.
children, to help work the farm, and so
Right.
And
really
it's just
different.
not as appealing anymore, because there's women out here that are married and like did it the right way, and like they are single mothers.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
And I have a friend that has a kid, and she's just like, I love my son to death, but
It's hard. It's hard out here.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't overthink it though. You can, we all have seen it. Siblings that grow up in the same house with the same parents and turn out very different.
Me and my sisters, absolutely.
Yeah. So, and that's not on the parents. That's just
Right.
different personalities,
Chemical
taking
makeup, all the
chemical makeup.
things.
I also think parents though, because like if you think about your friends, like and like the people that you love them in different ways, and like I think if you really are truly able to learn your kids and like be there for them, like you're able to raise them in a way that is different. Like our parents raised us all the same, and like maybe we didn't receive those things the same way, so we did grow up differently. But like we all probably could have been, and I'll just use this as an example. It's not probably a great example, but we all could have went to college. Like speaking on my personal experience, like I'm the only one out of my 3 siblings that went to college. Not saying that I'm the only one that has a successful, like livelihood, but again, like I think that if you are able to connect with your kids in a way that you're able to raise them in the way that they accept those things, I think that you could have that. Like all your kids would be, great members of society. They wouldn't be in and out of jail. I'm not saying that you have that in your experience, but like you said, I guess I immediately thought of like, hey, we all grew up different, as in like I went to college and these fuckers over here are like
nah, that's not my experience.
But
it happens.
That's kind of what
happens.
I think
Yeah.
of. But I don't know. I think that again, like you learn, like your kids, you like my friends, like I know what they can handle. Like I know how to love them, like your partner, I know how to love that person. So like when it comes to your kids, it has to be the same way. You can't raise them all the same.
Yeah, there's a school of thought right now, a lot of chatter going on in different channels that no parents are raising any children the same, because they're going to have a different reaction to each child, even if they're like back to back to back, or even if they were all triplets or whatever. It's really interesting, and they say no 2 children have the same parents. So when I think about, and there was a big gap though that made me think about it, like how my parents were with me and maybe the 2 siblings right behind me versus how my parents were with my youngest brother. They were different people. Like just because I was 11 when my youngest brother was born. So my mom always kind of jokes and says I was tired by the time
They'd be tired.
he got away with a lot of other things, right? And I don't know that he would see it that way, but I do agree. Like they were different people by the time my youngest brother was a teenager.
Absolutely.
Versus maybe how they would have parented the other 3 of us when we were teenagers, and then there was another brother in the middle of all of that. So it's just really, really interesting.
For sure. But also I think we're more educated now on that, right? So like I know for my mom, she's a boomer. And so we're all raised with the same love, the same discipline, all those things, and wasn't taken into account of who we were individually. But I think
Not really though.
Sure.
You have a brother or a sister?
I have 3 older sisters.
Okay.
Yeah. And now it's like, you're like, well, every child is different and they all learn differently and like all those things, right? So I think we're in a different space of where we are in regards to like what we know as opposed to our parents.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's true. We look at fairness differently. We used to say fairness was treating everybody the same. Now we say fairness is treating people how they need to be treated.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
Learning that. Oh, jeez. Thank you guys for giving your time today and sharing your thoughts and opinions on the various topics we discussed. I know some of you guys have some projects going on if you want to tell the people what you got going on so we can be there.
Yeah, sure. Closing thoughts wise from me. So the Good Lounge has a winter social coming up at Trez Bistro and Wine Bar on December 29th, which is a Thursday. It's a fundraiser, capital F-U-N raiser, with the intent of really having people come together and learn a little bit more about holiday and seasonal depression. So everything that the Good Lounge does is around, as you mentioned earlier, physical, financial, and emotional well-being. And we want to have a little bit of that conversation and just come together to be able to support future giveaways of resources like we've given away Set Boundaries, Find Peace, the workbook. We'll be giving away gift cards to Nap Bar. We'll be giving away gift cards to get free therapy sessions and things like that. So that's what the donations, the types of things the donations support. And with love to meet anybody that has an opportunity to come out. Go to thegoodlounge.org/winter to register for that event if you're interested in attending.
Super fun, super fun. And what about our fellow podcaster over here? What you got going on?
You can check me out on understandablysow.com. That's understand SOW.com. Podcast Understandably So, streaming on all platforms. I would prefer you listen on Amazon Music, which is a free app, or Spotify, so you can see the beautiful artwork that I've created for each program. My social media, Instagram is Understandably So. Again, that's SOW. And you can find me on Twitter at Orangey, ORANG33.
Check her out. I asked her once, I was like, are you a poet or no? Because the way she puts words together, it's amazing.
Sounds like a poet to me.
Exactly.
Giving poet vibes.
Exactly.
Hey, I received that.
Exactly.
Okay, I guess I'll go ahead and put it on the atmosphere. I am trying to put together a true crime podcast, Houston-based. You can follow us on Instagram at Clutch City Crime. And our first episode should be dropping at the end of January, if God says the same,
To our listeners, grow your community and take a moment to like, subscribe, and or follow our guests on their respective platforms. If you're a local in the Houston, Texas area, we'd like to meet you in person at our next Cocktail Mocktail Hour. It is every last Sunday of the month. Visit CMH EPC on Facebook or Instagram, or go to our website, www.cmhepc.com, for more details.